Hey, what's up, fighter? Fightman64 here, and welcome back to some more F-Zero GX! Last time we got started with the Grand Prix mode by doing the first cup of the game, Ruby Cup on Expert difficulty, and we played as Mighty Gazelle to race through the first 5 of the track, and we easily got our perfect 500 points in conclusion of the matchup. And now we move on to the next cup, being the Sapphire Cup, which is a little tougher than what the last cup had to offer. And we're going to be doing it on Expert difficulty again like we did last time, with a different racer and vehicle. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So like always, before we begin, y'all could do me a huge favor and punch that like button on this video. I would really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button today if you are not a subscriber already, because we still have a lot of you watching my videos as a non-subscriber. If you're watching it now and you have not subscribed yet, please consider to subscribe today and let's reach that next goal of 700 subscribers. And don't forget to hit the notification bell if you enjoy gaming content such as this one. Alright, Grand Prix time. Expert difficulty, and now it's time for us to take on the Sapphire Cup using a different vehicle, as I said. And I think I have just the vehicle I want to use for the next one. And that vehicle is D-Claw, controlled by Automan, a literal octopus. There's part of a reason why I chose this one too. Alright, next stage is on Big Blue Drift Highway. This is another difficult track to get used to if you're not used to some of the quick turns. Let's see, red, blue, green, or purple. Or I guess that's a dark blue in that case. Let's go green like last time. And get started with Automan. I think Automan's design has a pretty cool... I think Automan's design is cool. Just saying. I should also mention that we covered up one of the cheat codes by the end of the Grand Prix. Will I be doing another one here? Well, more than likely. Anyway, Drift Highway. This one's pretty difficult in my personal opinion, because it almost feels like every time I do this, because it almost feels like every time I do this track, I always seem to struggle with this one for some reason, and I don't really get why. But then again, I might have chosen the wrong vehicle for this, but if I did, then oh well. Because there are like some twists and turns here and there. And these people love to boost a lot in this one. This might be the track where I don't get first, but let's see. I'm a little concerned in my situation. Nope, just barely denied of a first place, but second place isn't bad either. Not starting off in the lead, sadly, since Drake ended up taking that race. But like I said, Big Blue Drift Highway for me is pretty difficult. I mean, if it was novice or standard, this would be nothing. But whatever. So Drake is for sure going to be the leader and rival. And behind me is Captain Falcon and the rest of the others, it seemed like. Yeah, second place isn't too bad. A little bummed out that I'm not going to get a perfect point. Bummed out I'm not going to get a perfect 500 right away, but that's fine. I'm not very concerned about it, but yeah. Let's go I think I'll go with, I guess, a light blue or something, or I guess it's a purple deep claw vehicle in this case. And we'll see how we do on Port Town Aero Dive. This track may look familiar to all of you because this is exactly the track that comes from Super Smash Bros. Brawl and some of the other Smash games after that title. So yeah, this is exactly what you think it is. Anyway, Aero Diver for Port Town. This one's a pretty easy track, in my opinion. And then there's this awesome dive, which is right here. Man, I love the dive. Doing the dive is so good. And I mean, it is, really. Doing the dive is so satisfying. I was trying to crash Zoda, but apparently I was not even close to hitting him. I did crash someone else, and I think that was Biowreck. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I hit Biowreck, of all people. But then again, we'll see. I did crash Zoda the last episode we did. Okay. There we go. Zoda's gone. Sorry to interrupt your fun. Nothing personal. Just want to win the race. And also beat Silver Nielsen, who's like right behind me as of now. Yeah. Aero Dive is a fun track, and I'm honestly glad that they made this as a battle stage in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because if anybody can remember this track, it's Smash Bros. No doubt, since that was where you would be fighting Captain Falcon at. Don't beat me, Silver. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing to worry about. I'm definitely getting back first. Or getting first for the first time since Drag started off in that position. And it looks like I was right on who I crashed first. It was Biowreck. So, yeah. So now I take over the lead for first place, while Captain Falcon is now my new rival. Antonio Guster in third, Dragon now in fourth, Lily is in fifth, and Sean Tanaka is in sixth. Yeah, looking at some of these racers, I'm not really too concerned about any of them at the moment, but that could change if I perform badly. Anyway, onto this color. Honestly, the vehicle colors in this game is pretty good for the most part, but then you have some that just does not fit well with them. Nor with the character design and that stuff. Alright, okay, so Green Plant Mobius Strip. This is a pretty simple, straightforward track. It really is just an oval shape for the most part. And you're going around the oval twice. One on one side and another on the other side. And the energy sections are always in the same position. Take note of that. Yeah, it's an easy track. I say the only hard part about this track is literally getting into the pit stop energy. and that can be tedious to grab in that sense. Oh, I need to not touch that wall, or else I'm gonna suffer the same fate as I did with Mike Gazelle from the last episode. But hopefully that will not be the case. Also, can't let Falcon beat me, much as I do love him personally. Yeah, I'm probably fine in the position I'm at. No problemo. First place yet again. Alright, so who was our lucky victim of crash? It was Mrs. Arrow. I don't think she was in the top 6. If memory serves correctly. Yeah, not even close. She's in last right now. Anyway. Alright, so our new leaderboard now is that I remain in first. Captain Falcon in second still. Lily moved up to third. Drac remains in fourth. Antonio Guster swapped places with Lily. And Frisia is now in 6th, knocking John Tanaka down in 7th. Poor Mrs. Arrow. Given a pretty sloppy performance from comparison to the last cup we did. And what you know, we have back-to-back Port Town long pipe. This one's pretty good. I like this one fairly well. Maybe not my favorite Port Town, but because I honestly prefer Aerodive more than anything, really. Alright, so here we have our first pipe section track. So pipe section. This is something that happened in the first Big Blue stage in F-Zero X. So most of this track, as you're probably going to notice, is that most of it is going to be pipe section. And there's also going to be object that you'll have to watch out for, because one bad tap on one of the objects can just slow you down if you're not careful. Now there is a few vehicles that are really good on this track, but yeah. I'm not sure if Automan's one of them, but if he's not, then whatever. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Oh boy. Regain control. We regain control. Not doing too bad so far. Gotta keep it up. We have those opponents far behind. Yeah, expert difficulty is mostly nothing for me for the most part, because expert difficulty, it's not even the hardest difficulty that you can find. I mean, F-Zero X is much harder than that, but the thing with F-Zero X is that the AI cheats in that one. And that is like one of the games I cannot do very well on, no matter how I try, how well I do. If it was novice and standard, it would be easier in X, but Expert difficulty and master? No. Alright, so looks like we got yet another easy first place in our possession. And it looks like Captain Falcon's gonna be our rival yet again. From a more likelihood situation. And John Tanaka crashed as well. Possibly on his own. I don't know why, but John Tanaka seemed to crash commonly on this stage. It is weird. Anyway, top three racers are still in their position. Me in first, Captain Falcon in second, Lily third. The duos are in fourth. Gomar and Theo, Drac in fifth. He fell down one rank. Followed by Antonio Juster, who also fell down one rank. And I think I sent Zoda down to last place, didn't I? Nope. QQQ is in last. He's second to last. Okay. And now to play the special music that I think you guys are all gonna know, love, and enjoy. Listen to this tune. I'll stay silent for a moment so you can listen. God, that song is so good. That is like 50 times as much better as the one that is like 50 times much better than the song that's originally played. If you don't have that unlockable music turned on, and I mean really. Anyway, Serial Gap. As you can tell, there are like two ramps. There are like two landing sections. That you can go to. There's a lower section and there's a high section. In that sense. What you're also going to notice here as well, obviously, are ramps. The ramp can be very helpful with using shortcuts in this game, as you saw me do on the first lap, or not the first lap, but second lap. Anyway, so landing on this platform that I'm on right now, that is where I highly recommend you land on, because if you land on the lower platform, then you're gonna fall way behind, and falling way behind is not good. Obviously. I also love doing this shortcut because this saves up a lot of time. And the best part about doing that move, no consequences whatsoever. Although I did suffer consequences on that first attempt because Automan kind of hesitated on doing that shortcut. Luckily, no hesitation this time, because we're gonna fly our way to victory and on to no place other than first. Booyah! Such a fun track to race on. Can be frustrating if you land on the lower platform instead of the higher platform at the very end, but other than that, not too bad. Alright, Captain Falcon, where did you play? Placed in 5th. Literally might have overtaken Captain Falcon, but we don't know that yet. But, how about we see the final result? Alright, so unfortunately I didn't get a perfect 500 because of getting second on the first track, but that's nothing to worry about, really, because we were going to come up on top anyway with 493 points. Captain Falcon remains in second with 373 points. Prathia in third, overtaking Lily by 11 with 331 points. Fourth is Lily with 320 points. Fifth is the duo with 297, and Antonio Gusser with 283. And our last place finisher got 91 points, and he still remained at the bottom. Poor little guy. Really? Well, that concludes another cup in our possession. So, let's see the final result yet again. Yet another easy victory in Fightman position, playing as Automan. Probably one of the best choice for me, but it still worked, to say the least.
F-Zero TV. Now I'd like to get up close and personal with the champion. Champion, I'd like to interview you.
Alright, well, we chose the second one last time. Let's do, I guess, the first one.
The winner of the expert class. Congratulations.
Well done indeed.
Thanks for your words of enthusiasm, champion. This has been a Speed Crazy Dream Extravaganza episode of F-Zero TV. That's it, everyone. We'll see you at the next Grand Prix.
That's the end of another interview. Thanks for playing. Next reward we got Big Tyrant. But just like in the last episode, we're not getting anything off there because I have yet another cheat code I'd like to put in. Back at the F-Zero shop. And we have yet another song that we're going to be listening to that I plan to activate. And the next one I'm thinking about doing is as followed. On the code above. I think that activated? Did it activate? Yes, it did! Inputting this code unlocks you the sound of Big Blue. So now we got both songs in our possession, and just enough tickets to get this one too. Slowing us down to no tickets remaining. I will buy some custom parts later, but I just wanted to get some of the more expensive stuff out of the way first. In advance. So yeah. With that, we unlocked all the secret songs from like popular locations and that stuff. The Mute City sound and the Big Blue sound, which you'll be able to hear the next time we do the next cup. So, that's gonna conclude for this episode of F-Zero GX. So, once again, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching this. And if you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to see me take on the Emerald Cup next, don't forget to punch that like button, and that's what we'll be doing next time. So, once again, I am Fightman64. See you all, have a good day. Game on, my friend, and take care. Goodbye, everybody, and stay safe. Adios.